From Scottie Pippen's $4.3 million private jet that couldn't even fly, to Latrell Sprewell's $1.5 million yacht seized by federal marshals, to Tracy McGrady's $19 million aircraft bought out of fear of commercial flights.
How much was it?
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was $19 million. So
these are, without a doubt, some of the dumbest, most over-the-top purchases NBA players have ever made. Scottie Pippen's grounded private jet. The story of Scottie Pippen's catastrophic private jet purchase begins in 2002, when the six-time NBA champion was nearing the twilight of his illustrious career. Pippen bought a Gulfstream jet for $4.3 million in 2002, but it required $1 million in repairs and was grounded for years, leading to a lawsuit. Pippen, born in humble circumstances in Hamburg, Arkansas, had risen from being the 5th overall pick in 1987 to becoming one of basketball's all-time greats, alongside Michael Jordan. His career earnings totaled approximately $109 million, with peaks like $19.7 million in the 2002-03 season with the Portland Trail Blazers. By 2002, flush with cash and seeking the ultimate symbol of success, Pippen decided to acquire a Gulfstream G200 for $4.3 million. The purchase was intended to provide convenience for travel between games, family visits, and business ventures. However, in what can only be described as a monumentally poor decision, Pippen skipped a crucial pre-purchase inspection, a choice that would haunt him for years to come. This wasn't just a minor oversight. It was the kind of mistake that would make any financial advisor lose sleep for weeks.
The people involved had no idea what they were doing. Even the most novice aircraft broker can look at an inspection status sheet and tell you whether the plane is good or not.
Shortly after the purchase, inspections revealed the jet was completely non-functional, plagued by mechanical issues that grounded it indefinitely. Repair estimates soared to $1 million, exceeding 20% of the purchase price, turning what should have been a symbol of success into a financial albatross that couldn't even leave the ground. The fallout was swift and legally complex. Pippen's company, Air Pip, had borrowed funds for the deal, and he alleged misrepresentation in the transaction, claiming he believed he was buying full ownership but ended up with only 51% stake, alongside a $5 million loan. This led to a series of lawsuits that would drag on for nearly a decade. In 2010, Pippen sued the Chicago-based law firm Pedersen and Haupt for malpractice, and a jury awarded him $2 million, though he had sought $8 million. The following year, he won a $2.37 million judgment against Miami businessman Craig Frost and his company CF Air. In total, Pippen recouped about $4.37 million, nearly matching his initial outlay, but the process involved years of litigation, legal fees, and the kind of stress that no amount of money can truly compensate for. Latrell Sprewell's seized yacht. Latrell Sprewell purchased a $1.5 million luxury yacht named Milwaukee's Best, but defaulted on payments after retirement, resulting in it being seized by U.S. Marshals. Sprewell's story is one of talent overshadowed by controversy and poor financial planning. Born in 1970 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, he was a first-round pick by the Golden State Warriors in 1992, quickly establishing himself as a dynamic shooting guard with averages of 18.9 points per game and 4 All-Star appearances. However, controversy seemed to follow him wherever he went, most notably when he was suspended for 68 games after choking coach P.J. Carlesimo in 1997, the longest non-drug suspension in league history at that time. Despite his on-court troubles, Sprewell's career took a positive turn when he was traded to the New York Knicks, where he thrived and helped lead the team to the 1999 NBA Finals. His earnings topped $97 million throughout his career, but it was his final years in Minnesota that would set the stage for his financial downfall. The beginning of the end came in 2004 when Sprewell rejected a 3-year, $21 million extension from the Minnesota Timberwolves, famously stating, "I got my family to feed," deeming the offer insulting. This decision would prove to be one of the most short-sighted in NBA history, as Sprewell never played another game in the league. During his peak earning years in 2003, Sprewell mortgaged a 70-foot Italian-built yacht, Milwaukee's Best, for $1.5 million through North Fork Bank. Docked in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, the yacht represented the pinnacle of his lavish lifestyle, a floating testament to his NBA success. However, by 2007, the financial house of cards began to collapse. Sprewell defaulted on $10,322 in monthly payments and failed to maintain insurance on the vessel, prompting the bank to take action. The situation became so dire that the yacht was seized by U.S. Marshals via U.S. Magistrate Judge William E. Callahan Jr. The financial humiliation continued when the yacht was auctioned in 2008 for just $856,000, leaving Sprewell owing approximately $1.3 million. This wasn't an isolated incident either. His His Milwaukee home, bought for $405,000 in 1994, faced foreclosure in 2008 after missed payments totaling nearly $300,000. While some purchases are driven by ego or impulse, our next story involves a decision rooted in genuine fear and trauma. Tracy McGrady's fear-driven private jet.
I had a Falcon 2000, so it was a corporate jet. It's one of the best traveling jets that you could have.
Oh, we wouldn't know. How much was it?
It was a lot. It was 19 million.
Tracy McGrady spent $19 million on a customized private jet due to a post-9/11 fear of commercial flights, an enormous outlay for personal convenience that many see as overkill. Tracy McGrady's basketball journey began in 1997 when he entered the NBA straight from high school as the 9th pick by the Toronto Raptors. Born in 1979 in Bartow, Florida, McGrady would go on to become one of the most electrifying players of his generation. He blossomed with the Orlando Magic, leading the league in scoring twice, 32.1 PPG in 2003-04, and earning 7 All-Star nods. His career earnings exceeded $162 million, bolstered by endorsements like Adidas. The events of September 11, 2001 profoundly affected McGrady, like many Americans, but for him, the impact was particularly acute when it came to air travel. The terrorist attacks instilled a deep fear of commercial flights that would avoid flying until necessity arose, such as Team USA trips. For an NBA player whose career demands constant travel, this presented a significant personal and professional challenge. In response to this trauma-induced phobia, around 2005, McGrady invested $19 million in a customized Dassault Falcon 2000, dubbing it T1 Mac with registration TM 863863. This wasn't just any private jet. It was a flying sanctuary designed to ease his anxieties and provide a controlled environment where he felt safe. The jet featured a champagne cream, walnut trim, 10 leather seats, galley, and lavish restroom, creating an atmosphere more akin to a luxury apartment than an aircraft. McGrady has shared in interviews that having consistent pilots and stewardesses who knew his preferences helped ease his anxiety, and his children absolutely adored the flying experience. What sets McGrady's purchase apart from others on this list is the practical element underlying the extravagance. He occasionally leased the jet out to other parties, potentially offsetting the $4,082 hourly operating cost and demonstrating a level of financial consciousness that was absent in many similar purchases by his peers. The Dassault Falcon 2000, introduced in 1995, boasts impressive specifications that justified its hefty price tag: a 3,130 nautical mile range and 475 knots maximum speed, making it capable of transcontinental flights with ease. For McGrady, whose career involved frequent travel between games, family visits, and business obligations, the jet provided both practical transportation and peace of mind. While critics labeled this among the dumbest purchases in NBA history, the context makes it more understandable than many others. McGrady's net worth of around $75 million could absorb the financial hit, and unlike more reckless spending by his contemporaries, this purchase served a genuine need, albeit an expensive solution to what could have been addressed through therapy or alternative means. Danny Granger's underground batcave. Moving from the practical to the fantastical, our next story takes us underground with Danny Granger's attempt to bring comic book fantasy into reality. Danny Granger invested around $7.2 million in a subterranean batcave in his Albuquerque mansion, complete with a secret entrance, moat, and car platform, unlikely to add resale value. Danny Granger's NBA journey began with promise when he was drafted 17th overall by the Indiana Pacers in 2005. Born in 1983 in New Orleans, Granger overcame a challenging upbringing, including Hurricane Katrina's devastation, to star at the University of New Mexico. His professional career peaked when he became an All-Star in 2009, averaging over 25 points per game, and his financial success was reflected in career earnings totaling approximately $66.6 million, bolstered by a 5-year, $60 million extension in 2008. The Batcave concept emerged around 2009, during the height of Granger's superhero obsession, particularly inspired by Christian Bale's portrayal of Batman in The Dark Knight, 2008. In a 2012 Grantland interview, Granger described wanting a hidden underground space for his cars. "I think when I build a house a couple years down the line, I was telling my fiance I wanted to have, once again with the superhero thing, you know how Batman drives into a hidden cave? I'm serious." The ambitious project was planned as part of a larger home construction in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where Granger owned land. Initial plans included a drive-in tunnel that would light up upon entry, a rotating parking platform to eliminate the need for reversing, a hydraulic car lift for maintenance or display, and even a moat-like water feature for added dramatic flair. Granger estimated a 1.5-year timeline for completion, but reality proved far more complicated than his comic book-inspired dreams. State building codes in New Mexico posed significant regulatory hurdles, and the underground tunnel entrance was ultimately scrapped due to safety and legal restrictions, as confirmed in various reports. The builder had to incorporate alternatives, like the spinning platform and underground storage, but these modifications increased both complexity and cost exponentially. While exact costs remain undisclosed in most sources, estimates from real estate experts suggest the project required $500,000 to $1 million, factoring in specialized engineering, excavation, and custom hydraulics. Consider that Albuquerque's median home prices hovered around $300,000 in the early 2010s, making such additions extraordinarily extravagant for the local market. Why is this considered one of the dumbest purchases in NBA history? Financial analysts argue that extreme home customizations depreciate rapidly, and a 2013 Complex article noted, customizing a house like modifying a car is one of the worst investments. The resale value is minimal at best, as potential buyers might view such features as gimmicks rather than valuable assets. The broader implications extend beyond individual financial loss. Real estate data consistently shows that custom features like underground car platforms typically recoup only 10 to 20% of their costs upon sale, especially in non-urban markets. For Granger, whose career was ultimately cut short by persistent knee injuries, the Batcave became a monument to the dangerous intersection of unlimited resources and unchecked imagination. Gilbert Arenas' impulsive Walmart spree. From underground lairs to late-night shopping sprees, our next cautionary tale involves Gilbert Arenas and his legendary lack of financial restraint. Gilbert Arenas dropped $70,000 in one late-night Walmart trip on TVs, appliances, and essentials, part of a pre-draft spending binge that left him financially strained when his draft position fell. Gilbert Arenas, nicknamed Agent Zero, epitomizes both the heights of NBA success and the depths of financial irresponsibility. Born in 1982 in Tampa, Florida, Arenas grew up in Los Angeles and starred at the University of Arizona before being drafted 31st overall by the Golden State Warriors in 2001. His breakout years came with the Washington Wizards, where he earned 3 All-Star selections and eventually signed a massive $111 million contract in 2008, with career earnings ultimately exceeding $163 million. The spending problems began almost immediately upon entering the league.
I done spent $300,000 before I got drafted. I had to get a financial advisor. And he's like, all right, your first year check, that's gone. You already spent that. You already spent some of your second year money.
In 2001, Arenas received an $850,000 rookie salary, but spent it with reckless abandon. The most notorious example involved his customized Cadillac Escalade, which he bought with borrowed money and equipped with 5 televisions, 4 12-inch speakers, a suede roof, and other luxury modifications, along with a gold chain reading GJA. The financial consequences were swift and harsh. These purchases left him with just $500 monthly for basic expenses like gasoline, forcing him to sleep at Oracle Arena on numerous occasions. As Arenas later described it, he was basically homeless despite being an NBA player, a situation that perfectly captures the absurdity of his financial management. While the specific $70,000 Walmart spree appears to be part of broader rookie year extravagance stories, Arenas' impulsive spending habits are well documented, including a $40,000 toy shopping spree at FAO Schwartz for his children, and allowing teammates like Nick Young to use his credit card for Apple products, including iPads, iPhones, and laptops, without any spending limits. The Walmart reference likely stems from Arenas' pattern of extreme impulse purchases for everyday items, multiplied by his tendency to buy in bulk quantities that defied all logic. Whether the exact $70,000 figure occurred at Walmart specifically, the underlying behavior pattern is undeniably real and well documented through multiple sources and Arenas' own admissions. What makes these purchases particularly dumb is how they exemplify baller broke syndrome, the phenomenon where athletes spend money faster than they can earn it, regardless of income level. Financial experts consistently note that 78% of athletes face significant money troubles within years of retirement, often due to precisely these types of impulsive spending patterns. Arenas' story carries additional complexity because his spending habits continued even after he achieved financial success. His Washington mansion featured a water park-style pool complex with slides and a shark tank, requiring $5,000 in monthly maintenance costs alone. These patterns demonstrate how early poor financial habits can persist even as income increases dramatically. The broader lesson extends beyond individual folly to systemic issues within professional sports culture, where young athletes are suddenly handed enormous sums without adequate financial education or proper advisory systems to help them make responsible decisions. Jalen Rose's unused luxury phone. Transitioning from major purchases to smaller but equally telling financial missteps, we encounter Jalen Rose and his regrettable luxury phone acquisition. Jalen Rose paid $15,000 for a high-end phone from his rookie contract but never used it, later calling it his dumbest purchase amid broader regrets over early career spending. Jalen Rose's basketball legacy extends far beyond any individual purchase mistake. As a member of Michigan's legendary Fab Five and a 13-year NBA veteran, Rose carved out a successful career marked by resilience and continuous reinvention. Born in 1973 in Detroit, Rose helped lead Michigan to 2 NCAA finals before being drafted 13th by Denver in 1994. His rookie contract was worth $10.2 million over 6 years, ultimately leading to career earnings exceeding $102 million across multiple teams, including Indiana, Chicago, and Toronto. The infamous phone purchase occurred during Rose's tenure with the Toronto Raptors between 2003 to 2006. Walking down King Street in Toronto on a day off, Rose was feeling like a millionaire when he encountered a Vertu luxury phone. The Vertu brand represented the absolute pinnacle of mobile luxury, with phones crafted like Rolls-Royce automotive parts, featuring sapphire crystal displays, premium materials, and 24/7 concierge services. Rose paid $15,000 for the gold-plated Vertu phone, seduced by its prestigious reputation and the feeling of wealth that clouded his judgment. However, the reality of ownership proved far different from the fantasy of purchase. Despite the phone's astronomical cost, it offered virtually no practical advantages over standard mobile devices available for hundreds rather than thousands of dollars. I paid $15,000 for a Vertu phone. Dumbest purchase, not even close, Rose reflected in later years with obvious regret. The phone's exclusive concierge services and luxury materials couldn't compensate for its lack of practical utility, and Rose admitted he never actually used the device after the initial novelty wore off. This purchase epitomizes classic rookie financial mistakes, status-driven spending without consideration of utility or value retention. The phone represented pure vanity acquisition, purchased during a moment when Rose felt financially invincible rather than making a calculated decision about actual needs or wants. What distinguishes Rose's story from others on this list is his evolution into a vocal advocate for financial literacy and responsible spending. Rather than hiding from his mistakes, Rose frequently uses the Vertu phone anecdote to teach lessons about self-sufficiency and wise financial management. His current work includes the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy, which provides educational opportunities for underserved youth, demonstrating how past financial mistakes can be transformed into teaching moments and positive social impact. The phone purchase, while relatively small compared to multi-million-dollar jets or underground bunkers, represents something equally important: the insidious nature of lifestyle inflation and status-driven consumption that can gradually erode even substantial wealth through countless seemingly minor but ultimately wasteful expenditures. Ben Simmons' Wild Savannah Cats. From luxury gadgets to exotic pets, our journey through NBA financial folly takes us into the dangerous territory of wild animal ownership. Ben Simmons bought 2 exotic Savannah cats for $10,000, but found them too aggressive and hard to handle, sending them back after just 5 months and deeming it a bad decision. Ben Simmons entered the NBA with enormous expectations and an equally impressive financial package. The Australian-born star was drafted first overall by the Philadelphia 76ers in 2016, coming from a basketball family where his father had played professionally in Australia. After attending LSU, Simmons signed a rookie contract worth $26.6 million over 4 years, supplemented by a Nike endorsement deal estimated at $20 million. At just 21 years old, Simmons was navigating the complexities of sudden wealth when he made what he would later acknowledge as his biggest financial regret. Savannah cats are a hybrid breed, created by crossing domestic cats with wild African servals. Known for their impressive size, up to 20 pounds, distinctive spotted coats, and energetic personalities, they resemble miniature leopards and can cost thousands of dollars due to their breeding rarity and exotic nature. Simmons purchased a female for $4,000 and a third-generation male for $6,000, likely from a specialized breeder. In a 2017 interview, Simmons explained the appeal: the cat's exotic appearance and his personal love for animals, influenced by his Australian upbringing where interaction with wildlife is more common. He shared responsibility for the pets with his half-brother, Sean Tribe, who helped with their daily care. However, the reality of Savannah cat ownership proved far more challenging than anticipated. These hybrid animals retain significant wild instincts, requiring extensive space, mental stimulation, and specialized training to prevent destructive or aggressive behavior. Simmons described the cats as crazy, noting how one influenced the other negatively, leading to increasingly unmanageable behavior. The situation became untenable after 4 to 5 months, when the cat's behavior escalated beyond what Simmons and his brother could handle safely. After an attack incident involving the cats becoming too aggressive, Simmons made the difficult decision to return them to the breeder. The timing was particularly problematic given Simmons' demanding NBA scheduled travel, practices, and games left insufficient time for the intensive pet management that Savannah cats require. Financially, this represented a complete loss. The $10,000 investment vanished with no resale value, as rehoming exotic pets often involves additional fees or donations rather than monetary recovery. While $10,000 represented a relatively small percentage of Simmons' annual income, the experience highlighted the dangerous intersection of impulse purchases and inadequate research into long-term commitments. It was a bad purchase, Simmons later reflected, acknowledging both the financial loss and the stress the situation caused for everyone involved. The story gained additional attention when Simmons' Raise the Cat social media campaign, where fans lifted cats after 76ers wins, created an ironic contrast with his real-life regret about cat ownership. Chris Singleton's lottery ticket gamble. From exotic pets to games of chance, our next story illustrates how hope and probability can create expensive lessons in mathematics. Chris Singleton spent $10,000 on Mega Millions tickets in 2012, hoping to win a $640 million jackpot, but none hit, underscoring the low odds and wasted potential investment. Chris Singleton entered the NBA after a standout defensive career at Florida State University, where he earned ACC Defensive Player of the Year honors. Selected 18th overall by the Washington Wizards in the 2011 NBA Draft, Singleton's rookie contract was worth $3.4 million over 2 years, a modest sum by star standards, but life-changing money for a 22-year-old. In March 2012, Mega Millions fever gripped the nation when the jackpot reached a record-breaking $640 million. Singleton announced his intentions via Twitter. "I'm about to drop 10000 on the lottery and cross my fingers." True to his word, he followed through on this ambitious gamble, purchasing $10,000 worth of lottery tickets across multiple locations, since no single retail outlet could print such a massive volume of tickets. Singleton's reasoning was both pragmatic and flawed. "It's an investment," he told reporters, adding that it was better than blowing it in the clubs. In interviews with ESPN and Yahoo Sports, Singleton defended the massive expenditure by arguing that if he didn't spend the money on lottery tickets, it would likely disappear on nightlife and entertainment, a common financial pitfall for young NBA players. The mathematical reality, however, was stacked overwhelmingly against him. The odds of winning Mega Millions are approximately 1 in 302 million, making his gamble a near certain waste of money regardless of the amount invested. The outcome was predictable. Singleton won no major prizes, recouping only small amounts from minor wins, resulting in a net loss approaching the full $10,000. Despite the obvious financial failure, Singleton expressed no regret about the decision, viewing it as entertainment amid a grueling season where the Wizards finished 20-46. His perspective highlighted a concerning attitude toward money that treats substantial sums as disposable entertainment rather than potential investments or savings. This gamble epitomized the dumb category of athlete spending. Extremely high risk with virtually no chance of positive return, fueled by youth, disposable income, and poor understanding of probability. NBA rookies often struggle with financial management, and a 2012 NBA Players Association study highlighted impulse purchases as leading contributors to player debt. Singleton's lottery adventure drew mixed public reactions. Some fans admired his boldness and optimism, while financial experts and commentators called it foolish, especially during the post-lockout period when NBA salaries were under increased public scrutiny. The story became a perfect example of how athletes can normalize wasteful spending by framing it as preferable to other forms of waste. By 2025, Singleton's career had long since ended. He retired from professional basketball in 2014 after brief international play and now coaches youth basketball. His estimated net worth remains modest at around $2 million, suggesting the $10,000 lottery loss didn't cause long-term financial damage, but serves as a reminder of opportunities squandered during his brief earning window in professional sports. Marquis Daniels Diamond Head Pendant. Our journey through NBA excess now takes us into the realm of custom jewelry that pushes the boundaries of both taste and logic. Marquis Daniels commissioned a nearly 3-pound diamond-encrusted pendant of his own head for around $100,000, viewed as egotistical and extravagant for a bench player. Marquis Daniels carved out a respectable 10-season NBA career, 2003 to 2013, as a journeyman guard, known more for his toughness and defensive intensity than offensive stardom. Undrafted from Auburn University, Daniels earned approximately $20 million throughout his career, with his peak annual salary reaching $2.5 million. He played for teams including the Dallas Mavericks, Indiana Pacers, and Boston Celtics, establishing himself as a reliable role player rather than a marquee attraction. In 2010, while with the Celtics, Daniels commissioned what would become one of the most notorious pieces of custom jewelry in sports history.
It's a whole thing. It's a sculpture of himself, his head, his decapitated head that he wears around as a necklace. Now, this thing is nearly 3 pounds.
The pendant was created through 3D laser imaging technology, resulting in an exact replica of his head weighing 1,300 grams, 2.9 pounds, and crafted from 14-karat gold. The piece was then encrusted with white and cognac diamonds and featured porcelain eyes for an eerily lifelike appearance. Created by a high-end jeweler, likely Jason of Beverly Hills, the pendant cost an estimated 6 figures. Experts pegged the price at over $100,000 based on materials alone, with gold trading at approximately $1,200 per ounce at the time, and the diamond work adding another estimated $50,000 plus. The final cost represented a significant portion of Daniels' annual salary. Daniels, known for his extensive tattoo collection, viewed the pendant as the ultimate form of self-expression. He dubbed it phenomenal swag and wore it proudly, though photos that surfaced on sports blogs quickly went viral for all the wrong reasons. The pendant's sheer weight meant it required an equally substantial chain, creating a piece of jewelry that was more sculpture than accessory. Why does this qualify as one of the dumbest NBA purchases? The combination of extreme cost, zero practical utility, and questionable taste created a perfect storm of wasteful spending. Custom jewelry pieces typically depreciate rapidly, with resale values often reaching only 50 to 70% of original cost, and Daniels' hyper-specific piece would appeal to an extremely limited market. The pendant also highlighted issues of proportion and perspective. For a role player earning millions but not superstar money, spending 6 figures on a vanity piece seemed particularly excessive. The contrast between Daniels' on-court role and his off-court accessories created an unfortunate disconnect that drew ridicule rather than admiration. Daniels' career ended modestly, and he transitioned into coaching with an estimated net worth of approximately $5 million. While the pendant didn't cause financial ruin, it represents the type of ego-driven spending that can gradually erode an athlete's wealth through accumulated poor decisions. Al Jefferson's oversized custom bed. Our final stop in this tour of NBA financial follies brings us to what might be the most defensible yet still questionable purchase on our list. Al Jefferson shelled out $23,000 for a 10 by 12 foot bed larger than standard king sizes, justified by his height but criticized as unnecessary luxury. Al Jefferson built a solid 17-year NBA career as a skilled post player, standing 6'10" inches and weighing 289 pounds at his peak. Drafted 15th overall by the Boston Celtics in 2004, straight from high school, Jefferson accumulated approximately $180 million in career earnings. Known for his fundamental post moves and soft shooting touch, he reached his prime with the Utah Jazz 2010 to 2013, where he averaged around 18 points per game and established himself as one of the league's most reliable big men. In 2012, while playing for the Jazz, Jefferson purchased a custom bed measuring 10 feet by 12 feet from California King Beds, costing exactly $23,343. To put this in perspective, the bed was 4 times larger than a standard king-size mattress and bigger than many people's entire bedrooms. The purchase was driven by Jefferson's frustration with cramped hotel beds during road trips and his desire for comfort proportional to his imposing physical frame. The bed's enormous dimensions became public when teammate Mo Williams tweeted photos of himself looking comically small while lying on it. Jefferson joked that the bed could easily accommodate his entire starting 5, though this was likely hyperbole given even its massive proportions. The custom nature of the bed required specialized shipping and installation, adding logistical complexity to an already extravagant purchase. What makes this purchase interesting is the legitimate practical justification underlying the excess. At 6'10" inches and nearly 300 pounds, Jefferson genuinely struggled with standard bed sizes, and quality sleep is crucial for athletic performance and recovery. Standard Alaska King beds, which represent the largest commonly available option, cost around $5,000, $8,000, making Jefferson's purchase approximately 3 to 4 times more expensive than necessary for even luxury oversized options. The dumb classification comes not from the concept, but from the execution and scale. While tall athletes commonly purchase oversized beds, Jefferson's choice represented overkill that prioritized novelty over practical need. A custom California King or even a standard, oversized option would have addressed his comfort needs at a fraction of the cost. Unlike many purchases on this list, Jefferson's bed likely retained some practical value throughout his ownership. By 2025, Jefferson has retired from professional basketball with an estimated net worth of $50 million, suggesting the bed purchase didn't significantly impact his long-term financial security. No reports indicate he has sold or replaced the bed, implying he may still own this monument to customized comfort. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to watch more similar content.